Frannie is finally showing signs that she's in labor. It's the evening of June 16th, around 8 o'clock at night. So I'm in for a long night, and I realize that at this point, but that is perfectly fine because I love being here for her when she's having her puppies. So here I'm just trying to get different angles so that you can see what's going on without maybe being too graphic. Although I will say that later on in this video, I've got some pretty good close-ups of some of the puppies being born. So just to kind of give you a heads up about that. And that blue thing on her tail is just a wrap to keep her tail out of the way. All right, now she's actually starting to show some signs that she's pushing. And this is actually the position that she got into from when in her first litter. So I was realizing that we were probably getting pretty close. She was super just distracted and antsy, and she just kind of wanted to move around a lot. She was just definitely not feeling great. So I'm just trying to be here for her and just comfort her and encourage her to just relax and to push when she needed to. So that's what we're doing right now. I have several layers of hospital pads down, and I just want to make sure that everything is staying nice and clean. And then as she has her puppies, I'll start to remove top layers of those hospital pads so that we can keep the area clean for the puppies as they come. She's definitely just starting to just have little pushes. It's almost like she definitely doesn't want to push, but she knows she has to. She's in and out of the whelping box, and I don't show it here, but we go outside several times. I put her on a leash and we go on out because I want to be right there with her, making sure that she doesn't actually have a puppy outside. So we're just hanging out right now. I'm trying to just encourage her. She doesn't feel good. I would say she cried a little more here in the beginning of this labor and delivery than she did in her last litter. So I was starting to wonder if we weren't going to have to go to the vet, call the vet. It's about 7:15 in the morning at this point.
Start pushing, we can get the circle in. See here. Get back in here. Get back in here.
I know there she kept going to the door, and it looked like maybe she needed to go outside, but what you didn't see earlier is that we had just been outside. So she just doesn't know exactly what she wants to do. She's uncomfortable. She's trying to find that perfect spot to really bear down and try to have this puppy. I'm starting to think that we might have a stuck puppy. I've not experienced that before, and so I wasn't sure what to exactly look for, but my vet had said, you know, solid, like straining, pushing for an hour, and that would indicate calling them. And we were not at that point at all. So I did decide, like, if she wanted to go out of the whelping box and even get up on the bed, which has an old comforter on it, I was perfectly fine with that. She is leaking amniotic fluid at this point, so I really am constantly looking back there. Her first puppy from her first litter actually came feet first, and so if I hadn't have been checking, I wouldn't have seen that it was partially out. So I am definitely hypersensitive right now about that, and wanting to just keep a close eye to make sure that that is not happening again. She is really pushing at this point, and so I'm kind of starting to time that just so we know when we would need to call the vet if need be.
Push. You gotta push it out. Push her out. Push your puppy out. Come on.
All right, here she gets out of the whelping box, and she does go and jump over onto the bed. So I'm looking to see what's going on. She hopped up on the bed.
Goodness, that's a good puppy.
And at first I didn't see the puppy. I was expecting a black puppy. I did not have anywhere to set my phone, so we get some pretty crazy angles here. Not sure why we had to do this up here, but good job, Frannie. Puppy? Quite shocking seeing this brown puppy. Yeah. Yeah. I'm noticing how purple this puppy's feet and lips are. Not sure what's going on with it right at this point. Little girl. All right, I am rubbing this puppy pretty hard. She has quite a bit of rattling in her lungs, but her toes and her mouth are literally purple. So I'm just trying to stimulate her and get the blood flowing. I really have not seen this before, so I was a little concerned. And Frannie is obviously rooting and getting ready to have her next puppy. She has her puppies super quick, so we just want to be ready for that. This puppy is literally purple. So I'm not sure exactly what to do. Her lungs are not rattling anymore, and she's just not acting like she wants to nurse at all. And usually they just go right over and try to nurse. So I'm trying to get her to do that. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do at this point. I really think she was probably in the birth canal a really long time. Here I actually think that her feet are starting to look a little better, a little more pink and less purple, and she's starting to move around a lot more. So hopefully she is coming out of it. Yeah, she's definitely wanting to move around more, and Frannie is stimulating her by licking, and she's rooting and found a nipple. Yay! Just so I can keep track of when the puppies were born, this puppy was a brown and white female born at 7:39 a.m. and she weighs 12.9 ounces when I weighed her.
Good girl.
The puppy looks completely normal now. No more purple. She's moving around great.
She's so cute. She's so cute. Yes, her is.
It's now almost 10 after 8, and Frannie is definitely starting to push again. So we will have another puppy here shortly. Good girl. Good girl, puppy. Keep going. Good girl. You're doing such a good job. You're doing such a good job. Good job. Keep coming. You got it. Oh, honey, what? I am blown away. Sometimes I forget that I'm recording, but my shock over these two brown puppies is very evident. I was not expecting this at all. This little guy was born at 8:10, about 31 minutes after the first one, and he also weighed 12.9 ounces and obviously was a little male. And Frannie is like already starting to lick and act like she's having her next puppy, which would be crazy. Little boy. She's getting ready to have another one already. Finally, I can see some black. So there is a black puppy, and this one was cracking me up. He came out feet first, and it's hard to see, but his little feet were literally pushing against Frannie, like, get me out of here. Come on, push this one up the rest of the way out, pup. I decided to go ahead and pull it out since its head was inside. But if you can see, his little feet are just going a mile a minute trying to get out of that sack. Even once I get his head out, his little bottom feet are just going crazy. I instantly just fell in love with this puppy. Not that I don't fall in love with all of them, but this one just had spunk right from the beginning, and I love that. That puppy was born at 8:20, just 10 minutes after the second puppy. And it was a little male, and he weighed 15 ounces, 15.3 ounces. So he is a big boy.
You got a little feisty thing coming out of there.
Little boy. I think he's going to have quite a wavy coat. So far, the little brown puppies weighed 12.9 ounces right when they were born, and this little chunk weighed 15 ounces. You can tell the big difference in their sizes. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So cute. It is now 8:45, just 25 minutes after the last puppy, and she is pushing already. The black one, head first. All right, another black and white one. So it's exciting, all the different variety that we're getting with this litter of puppies that we really didn't have from the last litter. And it's the same mom and dad. So it's interesting how DNA works and how grandparents play a role in what these puppies turn out to be and what they look like. Little girl. Little girl. She's little. It's so funny because I thought she was so much littler than the other ones, but when I weighed her, she weighed 12.5 ounces. So the placenta hasn't come out for this one, but it's still attached. So we're gonna wanna make sure that comes on out. We count the placentas as the puppies are born. So far, the first 3 came out with the placenta attached. This one is not, but I think it'll come out. Frannie will probably push it out here soon, hopefully. The placenta came out. I'm trying to spare you seeing that. And number 5 arrives 5 minutes after the previous puppy. It was crazy. So this one was born at 8:50. I moved the camera back because that puppy had a really short umbilical cord. So I wanted to get the camera out of the way. And Frannie was able to get the puppy out of the sack, but the umbilical cord was really short, like I said, and the placenta did not come out. Without us really being able to see it, I believe that Frannie was able to get that placenta out, and she's taking care of that now. So that is a really good thing. We definitely are counting the placentas, making sure they're all coming out so she doesn't have any problems after her delivery. Another boy. Looks like another wavy coat. That puppy was born at 8:50, a male, and he weighed 15 ounces. Actually 15.5 ounces, so a very big boy. And Frannie honestly starts pushing very soon again. I didn't have a chance to get rid of that top hospital pad between those last couple puppies since they came so quickly, so I did go ahead and get that done this time. So it just makes it feel fresher and cleaner already.
Good job. Good job, Mama. Good job, Mama.
She is acting like she's going to have another one again, and it is so crazy. It's only 9 o'clock. So if she has another puppy here right now, she will have had 5 puppies within 50 minutes, which honestly is so great that she can do that quickly. And it just gets it over faster for her and for me.
Another brown one?
I don't understand this at all. So I obviously don't understand the Punnett square. The placenta did not come out with this one at all. And this puppy is significantly smaller than the other ones. I do weigh her. It's a little female. She is brown. And she does weigh just 10 ounces. So she is quite a bit smaller than the rest of them. But she's doing great, eating well, and doing amazing. Another little girl. She seems tiny. She's little. She only weighs 10 ounces. We'll have to watch her, huh? She's a little girl. Frannie Fran. So that last puppy was born at 9 o'clock. So she had 5 puppies within 50 minutes. Now she will take a little bit of a break here. She's drinking some water, and the puppies are all just nursing so well. Their coloring is looking great. As their hair is drying, you can see the difference between that real yellow one and then the 2 lighter yellow puppies. Just so adorable. But the next puppy we don't have for another hour, so we will just watch these puppies here for a little bit, and I'll speed up the process so we can get to the next puppy. At this point, I know that we only have 2 more puppies to go, so I just kind of moved the towels around just so we didn't need to soil more bedding at this point. So that's why that towel right there has a little bit of blood on it, but I did move it out of the way so that I can just clean it all once the next 2 puppies arrive. I actually had to step out of the room pretty quickly here, and when I did, she went ahead and had this puppy, and when I walked in, was pretty shocked to see what I saw. I thought I made more of a reaction to it once I saw it, but I don't appear to have done that. But I know I was thinking, like, what in the world is going on? crazy. They look so different this time, huh? They look so different this time. This puppy is still attached to its placenta, which is still inside. So we're kind of just waiting for Frannie to go ahead and push that out. I learned a long time ago not to try to pull it out myself, because then it just breaks away from it and then you end up with trouble afterwards. So she is actually getting that now. Last litter, I used hemostats on the cords and didn't really let Frannie chew the cord herself, but this time I let her do that. She did an amazing job, and she was very careful not to get too close to their belly, but there I did kind of just use a pair of umbilical cord scissors just to trim it off just a little bit. This little guy was born right at 10 o'clock and he weighs 11.4 ounces. Another boy. 4 and 3 now. 4 boys, 3 girls. So you listen for rattling in the lungs, which he does have. So we're gonna suction him a little more. Time it is actually. He's okay. Just get that rattling out of there, Frannie. Let's get that rattling out. The variety that we're getting with this litter is incredible. This is a little party male, which I am so excited about seeing what he looks like as he grows. I know based on the x-ray that we have one more puppy to go. So anticipating what this one's gonna look like, making sure that it's healthy and thriving. So we're just going to wait this out. It does seem like the last couple take a little bit longer than those first ones do. So I'm prepared to wait a while. So it's been about 50 minutes. So it looks like she's getting ready to have her next puppy. Oh. Wow, for our 8th puppy, we got another party coat, and I'm not sure if this is a male or a female yet at this point, but I am so excited for all the different colors and just the variety in this litter. It's going to be so fun to watch them as they grow. So this last puppy is a female born at 10:50 in the morning, and she weighed 12.2 ounces. Last one is a girl. So we got 4 girls and 4 boys. Get this one weighed here in a minute. I hope we're done, actually. We've still got some panting going on, and she's already had 8. Hopefully this doesn't mean there's another one in there, but I guess we'll see. You're such a good mommy. You're such a good mommy. Uh-huh. So this panting, I think it's just the natural thing that happens after a dog has a whole litter of puppies. She ends up with a total of 8, and these puppies are doing amazing. They are actually about 2 days old at this point, so we'll be posting an updated video at the end of the week to show you how they're doing, but oh my goodness, they are doing amazing. I've got their collars on them, and now that we're at the end of the video, I will go ahead and share what their theme name is. They were born on June 17th, 2025, and on June 17th of 1885, something very historic happened in our country, and that historic event was the day that the Statue of Liberty was brought into New York Harbor, a gift from France, celebrating our 100 years of independence. Even though our independence was actually in 1776, it took that long for them to get the Statue of Liberty constructed and brought over to us. So I think it is very fitting that this litter be named the Lady Liberty Litter. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and share, and also subscribe so that you can see all the updated videos of this amazing litter. I'm so excited to share them.